Hi Gemini! Welcome to Dark Goddess Moon Tarot. I'm Olivia. This reading is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, or any other major placement in your chart that's important to you right now. Even if you're not a Gemini, if this video started automatically playing for you, there might be a message in here for you, so feel free to stick around. So I actually channeled a poem for you. This is the first time channel poetry has come through for a specific zodiac reading for me. Normally my channel poetry comes through for the collective readings. So that's a message. This is about a first, and I just saw 44 on the timer. That might be someone's number or a significant number for someone. And fours are about foundation, building a stable foundation. Okay, so it's just a quick little poem before we get into tarot and oracle, and we'll pull charms as well because charms are always fun. All right, Gemini, or anybody watching this video right now. Through the gates flow the floods. You are the lotus in the mud. Expanding through, can you see? All of this was meant to be. So this is likely a time of expansion for you, a time of transformation. The lotus flower blooms through the mud. So it's a metaphor for transitioning out of the mud of life and into something beautiful. What does Gemini need to hear in today's reading, Spirit? What messages do they most need to hear right now? Thank you. Several just fell right on out. Anything else before we look at these? There's a sticky energy coming through the mud. Yeah. Oh, that's quite a bit. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Death card. Death is about transformation. It's about change. So this is absolutely what the reading is going to be about today. Thank you. Okay, so all of the cards fell face down except for one, the Sun. So illumination, something is going to be coming to light. Yeah. So you might really be in your wounded warrior energy, in your almost at the end of your rope energy with the Nine of Wands in reverse here. The Nine of Wands is a call to have a little bit more endurance. You're almost at the end of the cycle, but you're very tired, understandably so. However, with it being in reverse, it's like you're stuck there. You're keeping yourself stuck there with the Five of Swords in reverse here. The Five of Swords is like a winning at all cost approach, a self-destruction in conflict. But with it being in reverse, it's like you're stuck in this mentality of being right, I'm hearing, in terms of what you think your life is supposed to, or not supposed to, what you think that your life is going to end up like. But Spirit is asking you to let that go with the Death card here. We also had the King of Cups, the Page of Cups in reverse, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So, the Queen of Wands in reverse is what I'm getting for this reading. It's a lack of self-confidence. There's a lack of self-confidence you're experiencing, or you've been experiencing, or maybe even for some of you that you've always experienced. And that's what needs to come to light, and that's what needs to die. That lack of self-worth. Because you are worthy, Gemini. With the Page of Cups in reverse, this is being stuck on your journey of emotional development with yourself, most importantly, right now. The Page of Cups upright is someone that is actively working on developing their relationship, their emotional relationship with themselves. And that's something that's going to be imperative for you to develop self-confidence and self-worth. So you have to go back to that Page of Cups stage, or maybe for the first time ever, explore the Page of Cups stage in terms of relationship with self, I'm hearing. Okay. And then so the Page of Swords and King of Cups. The Page of Swords is in the developmental stages of learning how to communicate with others, with self. It's an energy of curiosity. A spirit is asking you to get curious about your emotions. Where are they coming from? They come from thoughts, right? But where are those thoughts, or get curious about where are those thoughts originating from? Where did this lack of self-confidence originate from? Is this something that's sort of been passed down generationally? Is this because of something you endured in your past repetitively? Get curious about it. It'll be different for everyone. But finding the root cause and digging out the roots, the dead roots, so that you can plant new seeds and be reborn. Okay. What else, Spirit? What else does Gemini need to hear most right now? The Hanged One in reverse. So yeah, it's like you definitely need to have a new perspective, a perspective shift. Quite possibly about following your heart, what your heart wants, with the Knight of Cups here. Perhaps this lack of self-confidence, this lack of self-worth is preventing you from following your heart in some way, whether that's in relationship with self and others, or following your passions, what your heart wants to do in this life, in this lifetime. There's a perspective shift that needs to happen. There's a death that needs to happen and a rebirth that needs to happen. There's an expansion that needs to happen. Through the gates flow the floods. Your gates are shut. And your soul, your higher self, really wants to push them open. perhaps with a flood of emotion. Maybe that is what all of this cup's energy is. You are the lotus in the mud, expanding through. It's the second time I've seen the Two of Swords in reverse. I didn't mention it before, but since it's showing up a second time, I'm definitely going to mention it. Yeah, it's a lack of clarity, a lack of realizing that you hold the swords to make this decision. The choice is yours. Can you see? All of this was meant to be. Anything else for Gemini before we move on? Thank you. Thank you. Well, your card just popped out, the Lovers. Upright. It's another choice card. It's about unity. I believe coming into unity with yourself is the most important. You can't come into a healthy union with others when you are not in a healthy union with yourself. It's like a cliche, but it's true. There's truth from this. Okay. Yeah. Three of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck. A lack of teamwork. A lack of getting along to build something that you want. So I do believe this is with yourself. Yeah, it has to do with finances. The other card that popped out with the Lovers is the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. The Nine of Pentacles is about self-sufficiency and financial stability. But I said in. 12:21 on the timer, mirroring energy. So the Lovers is a mirroring energy, for sure. It's an equal, mutual, balanced partnership, a decision to come into partnership with something. And I think right now, the most important thing, Gemini, anybody watching this video, is Spirit wants you to know, your higher self wants you to know it's important to come into union with yourself. And there's clearly a block here, preventing you from stepping into this Nine of Pentacles. It's a very, just financially prosperous, taking care of one's own energy. What's a step they can take? What's the next step they can take, Spirit? And then we'll go to Oracle. What's the next step they can take? Eight of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck, and then we had the Five of Wands and Six of Pentacles pop out. So this conflict you've been experiencing in your external world is a mirror image of the conflict you're creating in your internal world. There's a need to become more balanced with the Lovers and the Six of Pentacles here and the Two of Swords. There's a need to become more balanced within you, head and heart, likely balancing the head and the heart, stabilizing the emotions. It's hard work, and it takes time and practice. It's not something you can master overnight. This emotional stabilization. I am like wondering, should we do journaling prompts? Which oracle deck should we do? Okay, let's start with journaling prompts. We're gonna pull from The Codex of Questions by Emily Rose, Raven Relics on YouTube. Journaling prompt for Gemini, please. Woo! Okay. What conflicting beliefs do you have about yourself? Absolutely. Yeah, with the lovers coming into union, having more balance, this is the perfect journaling prompt. What conflicting beliefs do you have about yourself? What are you scared to admit that you want and why? What is the difference between perfectionism and mastery? That's like definitely Eight of Pentacles energy. That's something we need to talk about again. This can absolutely keep you stuck and keep you from becoming the lotus flower, expanding through the mud. Perfectionism is a form of self-abuse, quoting Queen Herbie. Or I think she says it's a form of self-abuse to be a perfectionist. And yeah, my head's tingling, so we need to talk about that. And that absolutely is the truth, because what happens, it's different. There's a difference between wanting to put out a good quality product or service, or representation of yourself. There's a difference between that and over-analyzing, over-criticizing, talking down to yourself. With each negative thing you think, each negative thing you say about yourself continues to lower your self-confidence and your self-worth. And yeah, it's not it's not a good thing to be a perfectionist in the true sense of the word, because perfectionism will hold you back. That's it. Perfectionism will hold you back. What was the one that flew out the first? Describe 5 alternative lives you would like to lead and why. Describe 5 alternative lives you would like to lead and why. Oh, this is great. Absolutely. With the death and rebirth theme here, the expansion theme, this is a wake-up call for you. From your spirit team, from your higher self. Last one. I know it's a lot, so even if you don't journal all of these, picking a couple, starting with a few, maybe write them all down and just start with a couple, or even just thinking about them and sitting with them. But I think these are going to all be very beneficial for most of the people watching this video. What part of you has no one seen and why? What part of you has no one seen and why? I just grabbed this deck, and that's not even the one I was going to grab. So I think Spirit wants me to pull from here. This is the Wandering Soul Oracle. You can buy it directly from the artist on Etsy. I will link it if I remember. And if I ever don't say a deck, feel free to leave me a comment. Yeah, we just got a coffin card. Liminal space. You're stuck in the liminal space. Your gates are shut. You're stuck in this liminal space. Then we had memories and caution. Oh, that's interesting. You know what I think this is? I just saw 2022 on the timer, and I'm being told to say that, so I don't know if that's a significant year. Maybe something happened in 2022, or maybe that's a number of significance for someone. Maybe memories, caution about memories. Maybe you're thinking too much about this negative event that happened in 2022, or something someone said to you in 2022 or did to you in 2022. There's a caution about hanging on to these memories. They're dead. They're dead weight, keeping you in the liminal space. Thank you, Spirit. This is a warning. It's time to bury those memories. Maybe you want to do a ritual, like I know I recommend cord cutting rituals a lot, but you can also hold like just a funeral for this memory or this energy that's been keeping you with a low self-confidence, lack of self-worth. This energy that's keeping you stuck, keeping you in this perfectionism, self-abuse trajectory. Meaning if you stay here, it's only going to get worse. You're on a negative trajectory by staying in the perfectionism and by dwelling too much on these past memories that are keeping you in the liminal space. They have to die. It's time to come into union with yourself, Gemini. Anybody watching, it's time to come into union with yourself. And you are. You absolutely are. It's been illuminated. Once you see, you can't unsee. But it's up to you. Can you see all of this was meant to be? You are the lotus in the mud. Through the gates flow the floods. It's time. You're doing it. You're doing the damn thing. Good for you, Gemini. And you know what? Remember, progress is not linear. The healing journey is not linear. And we're always striving for progress, not perfectionism. Because that keeps you stuck in the liminal space, my love. Let's get some charms. Charms can act as signs, synchronicities. They may be things you might see in the coming weeks, sent from your spirit team, your higher self. They can also act as clarification or bring through additional messages sometimes. So we'll just see what we get. Charms for Gemini. Thank you, Spirit. Luck is on your side with the 4-leaf clover here. Luck is on your side. Something about just believing that instead of, as within, so without. If we believe we have bad luck, we will always notice the bad luck that we have. If we start to believe that we do have good luck, we will notice that good luck more and more often, and it will begin to change the way we feel. The way we think affects the way we feel. What we think, we become. We have an anchor with a rope. So rope is significant here. Yeah, you're not going to be tied down anymore. This has been tying you down. These memories, this negative self-talk, whatever it is. But you're releasing the rope. We also have angel wings, which My spirit team only brings these out when they want me to tell whoever is watching that your spirit team is with you, your spirit guides are with you. So if you're new to the whole spirit team situation and you don't really know what that means, definitely do some research. It doesn't have to be, it's not always ancestors, and ancestors don't always mean blood relatives. They can be ancestors from past lives. So I don't want to say too much. It's everyone's journey is their own, but this might be a call to look into that if you haven't already. And there are spirit allies in animals, plants, nature, planets, stars. I mean, everything has energy and everything can be utilized as an ally. So someone needed to hear that. But anyway, you're not alone. And then the last charm that popped out is the sun, which came out with the sun card. This is absolutely double confirmation that you're bringing your shadows to light. You are bringing your shadows to light, Gemini, and that is how you heal. That is how you change yourself. That is how you change your reality. That is how you manifest into your 9 of Pentacles, self-sufficient, financially stable energy that you are meant to be in. This is so beautiful. I'm so excited for you. If you like this video, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up and hype the video. That's a new feature that can help new content creators like myself so that we can get these videos to people that will benefit from them and grow our collective community here. And please do subscribe to the channel so that I can better tap into your energy and hopefully provide longer, more in-depth readings. I would love to have you here. And until the next time, I am sending you so much love. Take care.